going to be the correspondence theory.
Say that one more time. I wasn't listening.
Okay, so the correspondence theory is just going to be representing a correspondence between the proposition and the world. So, for example, if I say the grass is green and that proposition matches the world or describes it correctly, it's just going to be true.
um. Okay. Uh, I'll still man it. I'm not gonna. Not really gonna go against correspondence theory for now, unless it's relevant. But for now, I'll agree to it. That's cool. Look at chat. This is my argument. Premise one: if I cannot conceive of X without Y, then Y belongs to the nature of X. I cannot conceive of a supremely perfect being without existence. Therefore, existence belongs to the nature of a supremely perfect being. Do you agree with that first part of the argument?
Oh, wait, so how does this correctly describe reality?
Okay, what do you mean? Like, what does that question mean?
Because you said you would agree with the correspondence theory, right? So in this case, I just want to know how it correctly describes the world.
Just told you. It's kind of what the whole point of the argument. The whole argument is saying that if I can't conceive of
But
the
the argument
argument,
isn't
chill.
even
Yeah, I'll
justified.
explain. Bro, calm down. So the first part of the argument of premise one is supposed to explain the law of identity, or a part of the law of identity. So when it says if I cannot conceive of X without Y, then Y belongs to the nature of X, is talking about identity, right? So it's saying that if you can't conceive of X without conceiving of Y, or what does it say? Yeah, if I cannot conceive of X without Y, then Y is needed for X, right?
Okay,
So
wait,
that,
what's gonna be
so do
X
you
and Y in
agree?
this case?
It doesn't matter. The point is that it's just talking about identity and how it works. Premise two tells you what X and Y is, though. In premise two, it
Premise
says
two.
the X would be the supremely perfect being, and then Y would be existence.
Okay, so Y would be existence. So for the first one, I just want to know how this one would correctly describe reality.
So do you think? Okay, you're asking why does it describe? Okay, sure. Let's say for example, what's an example? Okay, yeah. So let's say for example, if I cannot conceive of a square without four sides, then that would mean that four sides is or for sorry, yeah, four sides belongs to the nature of a square, right? You would agree, right? That they're kind of codependent on each other. That for a square to
Okay, wait.
exist, it would
All
need
right.
four
Okay,
sides.
I think I get it. But for your
Okay, so yeah, so
second
that
premise, wait. So for your second premise, I just want to know how the supremely perfect being can just be the only thing for
Hey,
existence.
Mono,
Like
the
we don't know
yes,
how.
hell
We
yeah.
don't wait. All right, hold up. We don't know if existence is just eternal. We don't know. So yeah, you're just gonna have to give some sort of justification for why
what are you talking about, bro?
existence is just gonna be only dependent upon a supreme being.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Because there can
So
be
the
other.
reason,
So
yeah, your like contention or your basis for your skepticism doesn't really make sense. I'm not affirming that the existence is eternal or anything. All I'm trying to say, at least in the
wait,
first
wait. I never said
chill,
that. I said that there's a possibility of existence
I
being
know, and that's your
eternal.
basis for the skepticism. I'm saying it doesn't really correlate at all because the second premise isn't talking about that. All the second premise is trying to say is that if I were to conceive of a supremely
Wait.
perfect
So
being, bro, calm down. If I were to think of a supremely perfect being, then thinking of that, you would have to think of existence. That's all it's saying. And the justification of that would just be it's analytically true. It's just true by definition. So by what a supremely perfect being is, um, it would
wait.
require existence.
Okay. So hold on. As I already said, I'm just putting into question the possibility.
I can't hear you.
Wait. My bad, bro. My PlayStation thing, bro. It just activated. But anyways, so I'm just putting into question the possibility of existence being eternal. I'm just saying that it's not
You're
only
not
going to
getting
be a
my point.
supreme deity. Oh my gosh, bro.
Because
How am I not getting your point?
yeah, the questions that you're asking me, or yeah, the question that you're asking me had literally nothing to do with the point. I'm not talking about what the state of existence is. All I'm talking about is that if I were to conceive of X, then without Y, or if I can't conceive of X without Y, then Y belongs to the nature of X. That's all that I'm affirming. You're trying to derail the conversation, talking about whether or not his existence is eternal or whatever. That's not what the first two premises are supposed to
No,
establish. All they're
that's
supposed to
not. No,
establish is
you're
that
not
a
tracking.
supremely perfect
Here,
being. What do you mean
here,
that
you're
I'm
not.
not tracking?
Wait, so you're not tracking. I'm saying that. What if? Wait, so you said that you can't conceive of X without Y,
Yeah,
right?
if I cannot conceive of X
Yeah.
without
So
Y,
if
then Y belongs to the nature of
I'm
X. Yeah.
saying, but why should Y only be the supreme being? I'm saying that Y can be other things. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so
Okay, so you're
I never
we're
said it was
gonna
the only. I never said it was the only thing.
okay.
Because you
So
can say,
then
for example, I cannot conceive of a perfect being without omnipotence. You can say that, and that would be equally as true. So yeah, you can say, yeah, there could be other alternatives, sure, but existence is one of those as well. Like existence is one of those options. Yeah, like that is a fact, and I'm telling you why. It's because of it's analytically true.
oh my gosh. So listen. So you're just gonna say so that's not so you're saying that God or the supreme being is not the only possibility. If it's not the only possibility, then wouldn't that
What?
God just not even be God?
What are you talking about? I never said that
Just
the
depending upon
supreme.
the analytical criteria of how you define God, then that God would not be God. So how do you define God? I just want to ask that
What are you talking about? Yeah, define God as
because
a.
I'm just in.
I don't know. I don't know what you said. I don't care. I don't get your point. But I'm defining God as a supremely perfect being.
Wait, so just because you don't get my point doesn't mean you don't put my point into question because you're just not attacking my point. That's the
Okay.
thing.
Well,
All
again,
I'm doing is
I'm not. I'm
imposing a
not really trying to
confounding
argue
over
whether.
this causal relationship that you're establishing. So,
Okay, good job. I don't know what you're saying, but yeah, so I'm not for now, just want to clarify. For now, I don't want to argue whether or not God is contingent or necessary. I don't think that really matters. All that matters is that to conceive of him, you have to conceive of existence. That's all I'm trying to say. So even if you were to be contingent, you would still have to conceive of him being existing right now.
okay, wait. So if God is contingent, then him conceiving existence is
Actually, that's not
also.
true. Never mind. I'm lying. That's not true.
What do you mean?
Because it's in his nature to exist. So if it's in his nature to exist, then he's necessary by definition.
But I mean, but you said that there's a possibility of
No, I
his
didn't. I
not
said
only
even
being God.
if. I said even if, because I said I didn't want to talk about whether or not God is necessary or not. I'm saying even if we were to assume that he's contingent, the argument would still follow. I still think that, but I don't think like it's kind of irrelevant. I think we can conclude. I'm not gonna lie. I think the debate's over,
Yo,
or
check
at
on
least this
that.
So
part,
wait, so how
or
wait,
at
how
least
is it
this part of the
irrelevant?
argument is over.
Wait, how is it irrelevant if I'm imposing some sort of possibility yet you're not
Because this
attacking
is
this
because it's
possibility?
just a possibility, bro. So,
It's
and the
just a
possibility
possi
doesn't attack
Okay,
an
so
argument.
then your God possibly does not exist. So I don't think your God would even be God if he's necessary and there's a
That's
possibility to
just
where
an
he can
appeal to
exist.
possibility. That's an appeal to possibility. Do you
Wait,
know?
how is that wait, define and appeal the possibility.
Saying that just because something is possible, then it's more likely or definitively the case.
Oh
You're
wait, no,
literally
I
saying
didn't say
that,
it was more likely. I didn't say it was more likely.
or
Wait,
definitively the case.
no, I never said that either. I just said that if there's a
You literally
possibility, then
did.
your God would not be necessary. So I just don't think he would even be
It's like
God,
completely different. Okay,
depending on the
so you gotta
analytical
listen to what
criteria
I
that you
said
have
one more time. Listen to what
proposed.
I said one more time.
Oh my
Even
gosh.
if God were to be contingent, that doesn't, even if, I'm not agreeing, but even if he were to be contingent, that still wouldn't attack the first two premises, because all the first two premises is trying to say is that you cannot conceive of this being, which I'm calling God, without also thinking of existence, which means that existence is within his nature, it belongs to him. which would mean that he
Okay,
exists in this world.
so
So even if he were contingent, he would still exist within this world.
no, bro. Even if, well, actually, I'm not even gonna say that. Well, actually, yeah. Even if existence was in his nature, if he's contingent, then wouldn't? Do you think existence is contingent? Yes or
Um,
no?
it depends, but
Well, I mean,
depends.
it
But we
depends.
could.
Well, you're saying it
I don't want
depends,
to.
but
I'm
just
not gonna lie. I don't really want to get into an argument on whether or not like this bullshit. Like this is derailing. I don't think you're
no
actually
way.
attacking the
I'm
first two
not
premises. That
derailing.
are,
No, I'm not
okay. Well,
derailing. Me
we can
imposing the
just conclude.
possibility and you not
You
attacking the
wanna-
possibility because you think it's
I
irrelevant
don't have
without
to
us
attack a
make. Yeah,
possibility
yes you
against build a
do. Yeah,
possibility.
yes you do. Yes you do.
No, I don't, because the possibility doesn't actually defeat anything. Even if it were possible that he failed to exist, which I'm not granting, but even if it were to be possible, it still wouldn't actually debunk the point, right? Because still, you cannot conceive of him without conceiving of existence, which would mean that he has to exist right now. That's kind of the whole point.
Well, if he's contingent, then I don't think existence would even be if in his nature, bro. Like that's retarded. If he's contingent, then
Yeah,
existence is
I
not of
agree,
his
and that's why
nature.
I said that earlier. That's why I said that it's kind of redundant. But I'm just saying, yeah, I agree. I agree. I don't think he can be contingent because existence is within his nature. So yeah, I agree.
No, that's not what I was saying. I said that if he's contingent, then existence cannot be in his nature because his
Yeah, I know
existence is
exact. I know
contingent.
exactly.
I'm
Using that,
saying that's
I
what I'm saying. You're not attacking the possibility of him being contingent.
know it
Like,
supports
oh
my
my
point. It
gosh.
just means that he's
If
necessary.
there's a possibility of him not existing, then he is contingent. Just like everybody else here, they're
You want to conclude?
contingent. Like, oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah, I think you
So you're as
indirectly conceded to me. Do you want to conclude?
that's not indirectly conceding to.
Do you want to conclude?
Oh my gosh.
Do you want to conclude on the
Like
first
he
2 points?
just, bro. We can conclude, bro, because at this point, bro, you're just not tracking at all.
Yeah. Do you want to conclude to somebody or just move on?
We can just go. Wait, who's in the now? Let's see. Who do you want to appeal to judge?
Y'all
That's
should
easy.
move on and finish the whole entire thing.
Yeah, we should move on at this point.
So, therefore, right, existence belongs to the nature of a supremely perfect being. If an existence belongs to the nature of a supremely perfect being, then a supremely perfect being exists. Do you agree?
Wait,